Welcome, welcome. Your nature is pure presence. Pure and eternal presence. And the vibration of this presence is pure light. What keeps the attention bound in the play of separation is the story of the past. The mind may say, oh, I know there is no past. I am present here. But you know, when you have let go of the story of the past, you recognize it because there's no one there. There's no one there. Every player has some particular aspect of their past story that they are unwilling to let go of. It's the nature of the conditioned mind. It may, in this story, make you special, better than, or special less than, but in either case, there's something that your egoic mind holds on to that it perceives as special. And this binds you to the story of someone. Someone is a story. It's all it is. Yet it takes such intense vigilance, commitment, resolve to let the story go. It seems like it would be something so simple. But every shred of egoic habit is rooted in this story. Perhaps it is a story of my challenges, what is in the way, why it is so hard. Perhaps it is a story of something absolutely special about who I am in my past. But when one is willing to break free, they are willing to let it go. Being willing to let it go does not immediately make it dissolve away. It is the most intense of all of the addictions, the story of me. But if freedom is the hunger, then the hunger is to let go of the story of me. Every single story of me has something special about it. And the egoic mind holds on for dear life in identification with this story. And even when there is a readiness, the addiction runs so deep that it requires constant self-reminding. Constant self-reminding. It is a very helpful exercise to look at what is it in the story that the mind does not want to let go of. It's always something special, even if it's suffering, there's something special about it. The truth is, you are special, but not different. Not different in the slightest from anything. The truth is, you exist now. You have always existed now. You always will exist now. And the feeling of this existence that is not definable is what you are. What there must be the readiness for is the release of my story. When this release is ripe, you no longer find yourself as male or female. You no longer find yourself as a particular race or religion. You no longer find yourself. And within the complexity of the story, every player has some fundamental thing that they are not willing to let go of. It is not that you are unwilling to let go of. It is that the egoic mind is unwilling to let go of. And there is an identification with this. One of the root aspects of this is doership. As much as there is a hunger to be free of the doer, there is such identity around doing. Doing defines the identity. The mind says, I know I'm not the doer. And yet every single thought has relationship with the addiction of the story of doing. Where there is no story of doing, there is no hierarchy. There is no specialness as in better than, but the specialness is the self itself, which has never had a history or a story or an identity. It has nothing to gain, nothing to lose. It is the feeling of nothingness, which is the feeling of the vibration of totality. Whatever the story may be, there is something that the conditioned mind is holding on to. You know, after the body evaporates, whatever it is that the conditioned mind was holding on to evaporates with it. If you want to be bound to the body, it is no problem holding on to some particular way in which I am special. But you are not special in the sense of being better than. You are not special in the sense of being different. You are not special in the sense of being male or female, being justified. You are not special in your orientation with life. It is all happening by itself, where the conditioning is replicated. But it's only conditioning. The truth is, there has never been a past. Whatever your mind tells you you have done in the past or you need to do in the future, it is a mirage. In reality, you have never done anything. You are not a doing. Doing is simply the self-reminding mechanism that the attention has been distracted into the story of me, where there is no story of me, there is no one to do, because doing is a mirage, and the conditioned mind does not want to let go of the mirage. And therein lies the fundamental question. And that is, what is the true hunger? What is the true hunger? Once there is the discovery that the true hunger is for truth, then there begins the journey of this one-pointed conviction not to touch the story of me. It will come up. It's programmed. And it's programmed to want the attention. And it's programmed to have fear of letting this relationship go. But it's all programming. It's all mechanical. It's all based on a past that has never existed ever. The past has never, ever existed. So it is very, very helpful to look into the conditioned story and see, where is the stickiness? What is it that attention does not want to let go of? Could say it is many different things, but all of them, even if it's suffering, somehow makes you feel in your story special. And special in this case means unique. And unique means different. But the self is one. It is one. It is not different. It is not a story. It is not a doing. But complete humility, where everything is released. And then what remains? This is the question. When it is all released, right now, what remains? And it is of particular support in this to see, what is it that stops me from letting the whole thing drop, the whole thing. The self is one. Could say that the flavors of creation, the feeling of me, could say it is unique, but it is not really unique, but a particular flavor of the infinite, of the unchanging, of the moment, of the beauty, of pure humility, which conditioned mind calls nothing. And conditioned mind's greatest fear is being nothing, nothing special. You are nothing special. You have no past. You never have. But the readiness to let go of the addiction is the discovery of what is truly, truly special, but not different, not better than, not less than. Not unique, where there is no relationship with past or future, where the mind may blow through, but it's lost its pull. And then what can be said is that I exist, but you can't even really say, I exist. You can say, there is existence. And I am that. And it is always now. And it is always everywhere. And it has no history. And it carries no story. It is completely present. You are completely present. Your existence is completely present. What is worth holding on to that distracts you from your divine nature? There must be something where the challenge would not continue. Perhaps the something is, I am in challenge, I am in suffering, I am blasting open, I am an artist and creative. Doesn't matter what the story is, it's all the same, it's all story. You exist now. There is no past and now. There never has been. The feeling of this is the feeling of the self. The willingness to let go of the story of me. This is the key. Every mind says that it wants to do this, yet it is programmed to do anything but this. And it has justification for identification always. But justification is just more story. You have no justification because in truth you are not an individual person, but the light that animates everything, everywhere, all the time, here and now, free and clear. So let us take some time to honestly look and see what binds to an identity, what binds to a past that has never occurred, what keeps the mind fixed on someone who is not there. And when the readiness is pure, the work is not complete. The addiction runs so deep, it becomes the life's focus to let go of the conditioned belief that you are special, that you are someone, and instead to just feel what is everywhere, always, eternally, infinitely, and not to waver.